Yo, 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 what is up? What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things out of sports. Got a good little show today, man. Braves spring training done started. Got a couple dubs, couple L's that they caught. We'll talk about that a little bit. Saw a little bit of news, NFL news that just hit. I'm not sure how real it is. I'll get back to you on that. It's crazy sleeping all day. You get up and get some of this news. The Hawks, man, a lot more downs and ups, but they continue to up and down season. The Dogs, man, the UGA man pull off an upset the other night against them Gators. Talk about that a bit. And we'll be back in just a second, man. This is Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports. It's your boy ACS, man, and how you guys doing this week? Doing pretty good, y'all. Doing pretty good. Again, there's some news that came out NFL-wise that I'm going to get to in a minute. I'm trying to see if I can find anything else. It's the thing. I work third shift. I know I mentioned it on this show on several occasions. And when I wake up, sort of, it's like a flurry of sports news that hit, and you're like, "Yo, what is going on?" And I have like, probably about an hour to because I get all this stuff together for the show, make my notes and things throughout the week. And when it comes to the day of, it's kind of that last minute stuff that comes up. So I woke up and I saw this news about the electronic first downs, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like computer chip enabled or whatever the case may be, some kind of way to the chain gang, it says, will still be up. Again, I'll talk about that when I get to football. But that's very interesting, to say the least, when it comes to rule changes and things. And also there's a couple more too that I'll talk about in once we get to that. But I hope everybody's having a fantastic week, man. Sports wise, again, like I mentioned, I'll get to it again. The Georgia Bulldogs basketball team sort of got themselves an upset. The good teams have been clapping the cheeks off us, man. And so like to see us get one against Florida was nice. Talk about that in just a bit as well. But hey, I got a question, man. How many collectors I got out there, man? I like to I used to be real big into like collecting cards and things of that nature, like busting packs and stuff. That's why I saw Mike Trout, man. Shouts out there in at this card shop. Literally spent like $6,000 buying every person that was in the card shop at that particular moment, buying them a box of cards, a hobby box. If you're a collector, you know the difference between retail packs and hobby packs and things of that nature. Sort of the chance to hit big is bigger with the hobby stuff, right? I mean, although I have pulled some nice cards from some retail stuff, and I'm not as into collecting as I used to be. I used to be like spending some money on some cards, bro, like lots. And I end up having a collection that I kind of got rid of, sold over the years, and kept a couple of them. So I kind of wanted to show you guys one of the ones that I got. This is one of the cards that It's a little rough around the edges, but I'll probably never get rid of it. I don't know how much it's worth because it's numbered to such a low number, but it is a pretty nice card, and I did want to show it. So from time to time, that's what I'll probably do. If I could dig out some of my old cards that are sort of put up, and let's see, get that up there, get that. Okay, here we go. And get this up here. So I know you guys listening can't see this, but if you are you can check this card out. It's SPX winning combos, numbered to 15. This is 2 out of 15. Aaron Rodgers, Eli Manning has a piece of jersey, a little patch, a little swatch, and then autographs from both gentlemen. This is one of my favorites. But as you can see, the corner, when I got the card, the corners were kind of rough around it. So I don't even know how much it's worth. If you guys like are into card collecting, it's sort of when cards. Beckett, which is the main source for finding these card values, when the way they do that is the main source of finding out how much a card is worth is by sales on like eBay, second market sales, aftermarket sales, people selling them. That's how they get the value. So when a card is not significantly numbered enough that you see a lot of sales transactions to get an estimate of how much the card should go for, it's kind of like that. So I think the last time I saw this card, but I don't think it had the autographs on it. It was just the patches. So but yeah. From time to time, I like to pull stuff up like that. Just back in the day, I used to collect hardcore, and I did keep my hands on some of the more cards that I think should stay in the collection for a little bit longer. But there you go. You got 3 Super Bowl rings between these two players. One guaranteed Hall of Famer in Rodgers, one who is on the cusp, I guess you could say, with Eli Manning when you're talking about that. But yeah, man, that's I like to pull those up every now and again and show you guys just some more about your boy, right? So let's jump in, man. Atlanta United started the season last Saturday with a dub, right? 3-2 over Montreal. Brand new additions to the team, right? Latte Lott coming in with 2 goals, right? On where were we at here? 2 goals on 3 shots at the goal. Total 6 shots total for Atlanta. We got 3 of them. Mosquera come in with another goal to make it 3-2. So Atlanta sitting at 3 points, 1-0 right now. Let's see, go back to this right here. It was all right, man. It was again. I'm not your biggest soccer guy, so I'm kind of learning on the fly as I watch. But it's a good game, man. Good game. Look, soccer players mad athletic, bro. Like mad athletic, man. I think like every single sport sort of has a niche thing that is not necessarily exclusive to said sport, but like, it's soccer. It's a lot of running, now there's running in baseball, there's running in football, but like there's breaks in between those. And soccer is constant flying, right? Literal, like basically like hockey. You know what I'm saying? Hockey has that sort of constant motion deal going on where things don't stop until there's like cards and whistles and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, soccer's great, man. So it's a good game, man. Good game, man. Shouts out to the line of the next game. It's coming up against Columbus. What is that? Yeah, Columbus. On what is it? The first coming up. It's Saturday. Okay, Saturday. So yeah, man. Atlanta United. Shouts out. Start the season off with a dub. Third place right now in the MLS standings. Yeah, 3 points sitting up there right now. So hey, good start for the season for the United. Hope to see. I mean, look, last season, right? Got made playoffs, right? Was deep up in there. You know what I'm saying? Got eliminated. After we made it further than everybody thought we would. But here it is. Atlanta United start the season off with the dub, man. It's good to see, man. So shouts out to the United. Let's see. Oh yeah. I had some had some couple things here to pull up real quick when it comes to that. Let's see. Yes, with the game. That's right. I forgot about this, man. With the game on Atlanta United hosts third largest soccer crowd in the world on Saturday, which win the game against 7 teams. You've done it again. Atlanta United recorded an attendance of 65,520, the third largest crowd for a soccer match in the world on Saturday. Third largest, bro. Third. The Five Stripes took down CF Montreal 3-2 as new signing Emile Latte-Lot scored a brace in his competitive debut with the club. Both of his goals had 17s rocking, and you could truly hear the force of the North with 65,000 passionate supporters in the building. Fans had plenty of reason to be in the building. A new head coach, led a new team with new signings all over the pitch. Maybe none more energized than Miguel Almiron, who dazzled in his return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, assisting the winning go-ahead goal. As the lineups were announced, fans waited number 10's name to be called. A roar erupted as Miggy Smile showed, and the Halo boy once again. Fans gave him a standing ovation, which they did. So yeah, Atlanta Aliens also got to witness a milestone for another club legend as Brad Guzan made his 200th appearance for the club. Goose echoed throughout the crowd. If you know, you know. But yeah, man, record crowd numbers, man, which is pretty dope to see, man. Right. So that's Atlanta is excited about their soccer team, excited about their football team, and looking forward to the season, man. And again, like I said, nice start. And also Latte-Lot, his first player to score a brace on his debut. It says the first player in club history to score a brace on his debut. Latte. That's what the crowd was, screaming right there first in club history. So, man, again, nice start for the club, man. Nice start for it. So hopefully that continues. And maybe in my first full season of covering the United for this great show, Georgia Sports Central, that we see some more postseason action, right? That'd be nice. That'd be incredible. I mean, I obviously the first couple shows I did, it was toward the end of the season last year, and postseason, man, made the postseason. So see if that happens again. See if we can get some more of that action going on. But with that, let's move on to some Falcons, man. And again, like I said, man, when it comes to this NFL stuff, there's this thing that just came out, right? It says NFL replacing first down chains with electronic measurement this season. So I'm guessing, I don't know when they're going to try this out, maybe in preseason. That seems like a long way to go before they can try actually get this tried. Maybe they tried in practices or something like that. I don't know. It says in the comments below this thing, all you hear is people clowning, talk about the Chiefs only going to win 3 games now and all this kind of stuff. I don't know about that, but I appreciate you, Ralph, man. Appreciate you stopping through, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love, y'all. And it's like I said again, found this on X, an NFL tripping Gridiron report. Is NFL replacing first down chains with electronic measures this season? Again, if you missed that just at the beginning. So I kind of woke up to this and getting preparations to get ready for the show tonight. So I kind of don't have much information, and I couldn't find anything on ESPN or NFL.com. It said FIFA went digital to reduce errors. The game is now slower and more boring, but the errors were never fixed. Hopefully that's not the case. It says, are we in favor of electronic measurements? How long ago could this have been done? Love this for the NFL. So a lot of people they're kind of on board with it. A lot of clowning on the Chiefs. So of course we should have expected something along those lines when it comes to implementing new stuff, right? Let me get some of this Falcon stuff pulled up here, man. Put that up, and couple little cousin news when it comes to the Falcons. Like I said, man, this is like one of the more down times. It's like most teams and stuff, they're getting ready for the combine next week. So I'll have some stuff on that as that unfolds. But a lot of teams right now, I mean, they're not showing their hands and things of that nature as we get ready for the combine, as the draft is around the corner, as teams are getting ready and putting some bugs out there with other teams as far as maybe trades that might come when free agency starts. And just a week or two shortly it'll be starting. So so teams aren't there's not much out there. There's not much out there, and that's that's just the way the shit rolls when it comes to the offseason, man, because there's just expect this big slew of stuff to just take place like on the 12th of March. As soon as it's humanly possible for that free agency period to open up, that's when it's just a landslide of stuff is going to happen. Happens every year, and hopefully, you could see your team make some moves that make you happy, or sometimes you see your team make some moves where you're like scratching your head like, bro, what? Like the Dallas Mavericks, right? Mavericks fans scratching their heads like, what? Anyway, Matt, what Mad Dog have to say, man? I miss Mad Dog's comments, man. So anyway, let's jump right in, man. First of all, let's get this damn thing up here, man. Where is it at? Yeah, let's open this. Let's start this off with, so Mel Kiper, right? Mel Kiper, draft guy, put out his first pre-combine mock draft. Let's take a look at who we think the Falcons are grabbing with that first pick, if they're picking the first round. So it's 2025 NFL mock draft, ESPN Plus. If you ain't got it, I'm just going to read a little bit for you. It's combine week, which means we'll get a good look at some of the best players in the NFL draft class on the field in Indianapolis. Some prospects are already clear first-round talents, but others come in with something to prove, which is what the combine does for folks, right? Some people, it jumps you up to rounds that you might not have seen pickings from, in other words, right? So first-time mock draft. Pre-combine has the Tennessee Titans taking Abdul Carter, linebacker. Penn State, Cleveland taking Cam Ward, QB, right? They got New York Giants taking Travis Hunter. Don't know what position they're going to play him at. The New England Patriots taking Will Campbell, Jacksonville Jaguars, Mason Graham. The Raiders, Ashton Genty. That'd be a nice pick for the boys in silver and black. The New York Jets with number 7, they're going to pick Shedeur Sanders is what this is saying. Possibly Carolina Panthers get Jalen Walker, linebacker from the UGA. You know what I'm saying? Go Dogs. New Orleans Saints at 9. He's saying they'll pick Tyler Warren, tight end from Penn State. Nice pick. Chicago Bears, Josh Simmons, offensive tackle. Nice. San Francisco 49ers, Will Johnson, cornerback from Michigan. Nice. All these are nice picks. First round talent, right? You know what I'm saying? Dallas Cowboys, Omarion Hampton, running back, North Carolina. Little something I don't know about. Okay, maybe okay. We'll see. Miami Dolphins, Armand Benbow, offensive tackle, guard. Indianapolis Colts, Malachi Stark, safety from Georgia. And Atlanta Falcons, outside linebacker from Marshall, Mike Green, 31st in sacks with 31. 13th in pressure rate is what the Falcons were last season. Those are troublesome numbers for the Falcons defense. And Matthew Judon trade before the 2024 season didn't really lift the unit as expected. I've talked about that. What's good, Marcus? What's good? Green is one of the hottest names in the draft class right now, though, with 17 sacks, best in the country, 51 pressures. This has been the consensus that Mike Green would sort of be who the Falcons would go with when it came to pull this up here, maybe y'all can see it right there. Atlanta Falcons, Mike Green, offensive linebacker or outside linebacker. I'm tripping. For Marshall, like again, led the nation in sacks and stuff, and pretty much this is pretty much who I've seen at number 15 for the Falcons in every single mock draft that has come out thus far. So that's probably going to be the pick. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And it's a nice pick for the Falcons. I mean, dude's a nice player, and they need it, right? You see the numbers, 31st in sacks, bro, almost last in the league, excuse me, in sacks when it came to that for the season. Excuse me once again. Let me get a drink real quick. But they need the help. So if you want to round it out, Cardinals at 16, Shamar Stewart, Cincinnati Bengals at 17, Michael Williams, linebacker from Georgia. Seattle Seahawks, Tyler Booker, guard from Alabama. Tampa Bay Bucks at 19, Jahad Campbell. Denver Broncos, Colston Loveland, tight end from Michigan. Pittsburgh Steelers, Amika Egbuka, wide receiver from Ohio State. Los Angeles Chargers saying they're going to get McMillan, wide receiver from Arizona. Let's see, Packers, Azrae Thomas, cornerback, Florida State. Thomas gets some more notice at the Senior Bowl. Is probably going to do some business there. Minnesota Vikings, Gray Zabel, guard, North Carolina. Houston Texans, Kelvin Banks Jr., Los Angeles Rams, Josh Connerly Jr., offensive tackle from Oregon at 26. Ravens, Emin safety from South Carolina, says the Lions are going to go with, I can't pronounce the name, Oladejo, offensive linebacker, UCLA. Washington Commanders go with Hairston, cornerback from Kentucky. And let's see, Buffalo Bills, Jahdae Barron, cornerback from Texas. All right, Kansas City Chiefs, tackle from Ursery from Minnesota. And the Philadelphia Eagles, Walter Nolan, defensive tackle, Ole Miss. So that's Mel Kiper's sort of mock drafts thus far. What he thinks is going to happen pre-combine. As you know, a lot of things are going to change after the combine next week. Some more Falcons news right here. The Kirk Cousins will remain with the Falcons as a backup QB for Michael Penix is what the GM is saying. So Cousins, they're going to keep him, right? I guess this bodes well for them better. I mean, obviously, we've already talked about the way that his pay is going to affect the Atlanta Falcons salary cap. So, yeah, that's going to be a thing. So let's see what they had to say right here. It says Atlanta Falcons general manager Terry Fontenot reiterated his intent Tuesday to keep Kirk Cousins in the fold as the backup quarterback, according to the NFL's Mike Garofalo. Fontenot said Tuesday at the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis that Cousins will remain with the team for the foreseeable future. Per Ledbetter of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Fontenot also said Cousins will be the backup to Michael Penix Jr. Fontenot's comments come after he said in January that he was very confident moving forward with Cousins as the backup. Fontenot also disclosed he was not aware Cousins was dealing with shoulder and elbow injuries, which he initially disclosed in early February. He was on the injury report that 1 week. Again, the Cousins injury stuff came out. It was kind of shocking to everybody. It was like, yo, what? And they kept it under wraps. Apparently, Cousins didn't tell the team or something. So that's probably, again, a crazy situation to give all those stacks that they gave the Cousins in the offseason, then draft Penix that early in the draft, and then go to Penix after, Cousins had a stretch of bad games, 3 losses in a row, a lot of picks in those losses. And so they moved on to Penix, man, late in the season, right? And Penix played pretty good. Although the Falcons, that we've already talked about their defense needing some help. So, they weren't able to sustain some leads in a couple of the games they played. I mean, they did play the Commanders and stuff that last stretch and sort of needed all those games once they let Tampa Bay get back on top of them in the division. And, Tampa Bay pretty much rolled the season out, right? They just had to win a couple games, just stay ahead of Atlanta, and they would win the division. They weren't getting any first-round buys or anything like that. So they got the best position that they could possibly get, which was winning the South and hosting a home game in the playoffs. So there you had that. Yes, while the 36-year-old veteran was solid early in the year, he went through a miserable stretch in November and December, going 0-4 and throwing no touchdowns and 8 picks. That'll do it. When you got somebody like Penix back there who you want to see what you got before the season ends, and I don't know. I mean, the Falcons still had a chance again, like I just said, to win the division and sort of slide up into the playoffs. But they decided the way to go was Penix to go ahead and see what they had before the season ended, so they see what going forward. I thought they saw some good things. Penix played well, I thought. Again, the reason that they lost those games toward the end of the season and lost their chance to grab the division, I don't think they had anything to do. I don't think Penix was a reason for them not doing that. So, yeah, let's see. Talking about his Achilles. So let's see. Because of that, it came as a shock when Atlanta used number 8 overall pick. It did to everybody. So yeah, Cousins, man, we'll see what happens, man. He's sitting back there with sitting back there, behind Penix, and we'll see what that happens. Again, a lot of money, man. Cousins, a trade is not going to happen, bro. Trades ain't happening. He's got a no trade clause anyway. And teams, that's a lot of money for a team to have to grab onto if you're going to take up Kirk Cousins. Good. I think he's starting talent for the NFL. He's proven it before. But the Falcons' offensive line isn't bad, so that you can't blame that on the reason. But if that is indeed the reason, because he was injured, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I do not think that if we see Penix struggle early next season that they're going to go to Cousins. I don't see that happening at all. You don't want to mess with the young man's psyche like that. Once you've given him the keys to the car, taking him back when it's not injury related, kind of do some things to your young quarterback, right? I mean, and now if he's playing terribly, like what Kirk Cousins, a stretch like Cousins had, I don't know if they stick with him. But again, testy waters, man. Testy waters when in the Falcons situation. I guarantee you, no team wants to be. No team admires what the Falcons have on their plate right now. Again, with all the money Kirk Cousins is owed, all the guaranteed money, like $90-something million that's going to hit that man, that's going to hit the salary cap for the Falcons this season, along with the young quarterback who again, who has a backup that's making $90 million, bro. $90 million. And he's backing you up. So that's let's see. It's great James here. Let's see. Something else I was wanting to get on real quick. Shout out. Oh, yeah, here we go. Real quick, safety Keanu O'Neal, 29, retiring from the NFL after 8 seasons. Peace out, Keanu O'Neal. He announced his retirement from the NFL on Sunday after 8 seasons. Selected in the first round of the 2016 draft by the Falcons, Neal appeared in 89 games in his career. He made 69 starts for 4 different teams: the Falcons, Dallas Cowboys, Bucks, and the Steelers. All the lessons learned through the game has helped mold me into who I am today. Neal, 29, wrote in a post to Instagram on Sunday. So shouts out, man. 8 years in the NFL. I mean, and look, man, a lot of players don't even get that, bro. Don't even get that. So shouts out, off into the sunset. Keanu O'Neal retiring after 8 seasons, playing for 4 different teams. And hey, man, do what you do, bro. Go get into coaching or something, man. Find something you love, man. Find something you love out there, bro. Post NFL career. I always like to see players come back and do some things when it comes to sort of getting back on the sidelines and things of that nature. Some kind of let the body rest. 8 seasons in the NFL is rough, and then get yourself some rest. Pull up a hobby. Coach, man. Coach. I love it when players coach when they're done with their careers, man. I love to see them on the sideline, sort of passing their greatness and knowledge down to the younger cats. So do something. I don't know. But shouts out to Keanu O'Neal, 8 seasons in the NFL. Enjoy your ride off into the sunset, my good man. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to be talking about some Braves baseball, right? Talk about the early spring training games that they've had and stuff. And we'll be right back. You're watching Georgia Sports Central on ICE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the iSports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's up, guys? If you're looking for the best coverage of all Northern California sports, including 49ers, Giants, Warriors, then check out the NorCal Sports Report with yours truly, Andre Fernandez, every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We have guests every single week talking 49ers, Giants, Warriors, Sharks, San Jose Earthquakes, and a whole lot more, plus 3C2A. You do not want to miss this show. So tune in Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific Time to the NorCal Sports Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's going on, Kansas City sports fans? I am the greatest of all time, the best in the world, but more importantly, the owner of the world, Braden the franchise buck, and I am your host for the show. This is KC Sports, which you can find right here every Monday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Now, are you looking for a show that you can watch live or listen to later on that talks about the Kansas City Chiefs, the Kansas City Royals, Sporting KC, KC Current, as well as even the Kansas City Mavericks? Or do you want to listen to a show that talks about your high school sports, whether it be on the Missouri side or the Kansas City side? Let's even talk about college. Let's talk about KU. Let's talk about K-State. Let's talk about Mizzou. And let's talk about your boys' alma mater, the Pittsburgh State Gorillas. All in all, it doesn't matter. If it's Kansas City anything, we will talk about it on this show every Monday at 2 p.m. We'll talk about stuff that's happening in your area, let alone Union Station, Power and Light, T-Mobile Center. It doesn't matter. If you want to talk about it, join our segment, the Fan Interaction segment, every Monday at 2 p.m. and make sure you get your voice heard. Until then, I hope you check out the show. As always, I am the greatest of all time, the best in the world, but more importantly, the owner of the world, Brandon the Franchise Buck, and I am your host every Monday at 2 p.m. on This is KC Sports, which you can find right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports. It's your boy ACS. What is good? Real quick, I do want to bring this up here, just if you guys want to find me on my socials, man, on Twitter, X, at 2279ACS _ Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Vero is just at 2279ACS. PlayStation Network, man, if y'all want to add me on there, it's ACS1977. And YouTube, just search the ACS Universe or Instant Replay 706 to find me there. So yeah, what's good, y'all? Let's talk about some Braves. Braves, man, 3-2. I was going to say 2-2 in their first 4 spring training games, but 3-2 now. They had a game at 1:00 today against Pittsburgh. They won 9-4. Which is, hey, look, man. Nice going. Okay, it's got a couple things. Win projections for all teams coming up real quick. I'm gonna pull that up. Got the Braves in second, man. Second, right behind. I mean, you know who they're behind, right? The Dodgers are gonna be in first place. That's just how it's gonna go. The defending champions, right? That's just how that's gonna just shake down for you guys. But yeah, 3-2, man. 3-2, and let's take a look real quick. MLB stock watch. Win projections 2025 expectations. Obviously, like I said, all winter move. I've been updating team depth charts. The last time we checked in with stock watch was on the eve of the winter meetings. All right, so Los Angeles Dodgers are number one in this sort of stock watch power rankings type thing. Whether you gamble on sports or not, the Dodgers are at number one. Number two, got the Braves coming in, man. Braves coming in. Let's bring this up here. Get a good look at this right quick. Yeah, man, as you can see right there, Atlanta Braves win average, I think, 96.4 last season, 97.2 second. In the playoffs, 90.9%, last 94.4. So after a relatively quiet offseason, and trust me, it was pretty quiet. We got a couple signings, but as far as, what we wanted to see from the Braves, we didn't get all that loud noise when it came to signing players. So the Braves are a mild favorite in the National League East, but their perch is as secure on paper as it was a year ago. The Braves came in the last season just straight. They were in second. They thought that they'd only be second to the Dodgers, and they were. The roster was nice, but again, right here you see it after Atlanta slipped into second place and battled through an injury-ravaged season. Everything's been well documented, especially with the Acuna being the highlight there when it comes to injuries, tearing the ACL. Atlanta will bank on an eventual return to star-level production from Ronald Acuna Jr. and Spencer Strider to meet this lofty projection. In order a predicted finish that you want to go with among the Braves, Phillies, and Mets can be easily defended. And with the teams behind the Dodgers in the NL West, San Diego and Arizona looking like solid wild card contenders, hopefuls in the East can't bank on 2 wild card slots being available. Atlanta needs Acuna and Strider to return to form quickly. Yes, we do. All this stuff is for Braves fans. We know, right? We know what needs to take place. We know what needs to happen. We know how many good teams there are in the National League that just right there with us, man. The Mets and the Phillies, bro, both of them teams got a little bit stronger this offseason, right? You know what I mean? So it's going to be uphill battle now. Again, I think when the Braves are fully healthy, they can compete with anybody in the league straight up and down. They just have that kind of roster. But again, you saw what happened last season. You saw what happened with the players that went down, and the Braves still made a valiant playoff run. They just came up kind of short. So let's get up in these wait, where am I at right there? Okay, I got you. To check out this schedule for the Braves, right? So obviously, like I just said, through 5 games to spring training, we lost to Minnesota 3-1, lost to Tampa Bay, the Devil Rays 4-2, and then it's been 3 straight dubs for the boys. Let's see, against Pittsburgh, Boston, and then Pittsburgh again, playing Washington tomorrow at 6:05 p.m. A lot of games on here, a lot of games. Let's move on to check out this regular season, first half regular season. Couple things for your boy. I know early in the season we go to the Dodgers, but once we start getting some of these home games, obviously there's a stretch. Let me get this up here. Everybody see this Braves schedule, man. As we start to move forward, getting into that spot in there. So look at the Braves schedule, right? April 8th, 9th, and 10th, against a stretch against the Phillies at home. That's going to be a nice one to try to run and go to, try to attend. Let's see. Minnesota got a stretch against them coming up. St. Louis, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of April. At Arizona, Colorado. Now, this is the one, man. Friday, May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, the Dodgers 3-game homestand, all prime timers, 7:15, 7:15, and 7 p.m. respectively. On Sunday, May 4th, it's a weekend series. This game is going to be packed. I need to holler at my boy V and see if we can scrounge up and try to catch some of this game right here. But yeah, it'd be nice to see the Dodgers. It could give us a little taste of what, because we do have the early stand against the Dodgers, which is right here. If you can see it, March 31st, April 1st, and April 2nd in LA. Obviously late ass games because it's West Coast. Your boy is going to be, I'll be at work at the time, so I should be able to keep an eye on said games. But yeah, man, I need to try to get to the Dodgers. Other notable first half, the Nationals right here, the May 12th through the 15th coming in. Let's see, where's the Phillies series? Okay, yeah, and I think I already mentioned 8, 9, and 10 to get the Phillies, right? The Phillies coming to Atlanta. First series of the season that we get to play those guys. That's going to be, you know how it gets. You know how it is between the Braves and the Phillies, right? You know what it is. You already know if you're an Atlanta fan. If you're a Phillies fan, you know for sure. Considering what happened last season, y'all took us out and things of that nature. And then we got the Mets series, man, right? The first time the Mets are coming to Atlanta, the first time we play them this season is in Atlanta, June 17th, 18th, and 19th. Again, another one of those teams that we're going to have to combat with to try to come out of this side of majors, right? Come out of this side of baseball. We play them, and then we travel to them the very next week, basically. So this is going to be a high-profile series, man, I think. And then the Phillies come back to Atlanta June 27th, 28th, and 29th. So that's the first half of the season, man, looking all the way up until the mid-season, the break right there, the All-Star game or whatever. We end that against St. Louis. Series against the A's. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. I don't see no Yanks up in there. So yeah, start the season at San Diego, on the road, 6 straight California games. The San Diego, the Padres, and then the Padres and the Dodgers. So first season starting off like that, and again, first home games against Miami and Philly. So yeah, man, season A, man. It is what it is, bro. It's. I think I've laid it all out there for you guys. Just in general, they got to do better, and I think they will. I think everybody comes back, and if we're injuries are going to happen. That's just part of any sport throughout any season and any sports history. You're going to have stuff like that happen. So, man, that's a look. That's a look right there. And again, if we want to go back, let's see. Go back. The Braves have next game against Washington. They play the Nationals tomorrow in spring training, and then Friday they have a game against Miami. So there you go. Some little bit of Braves news. Let's move on to some Georgia. Not much Georgia news going on right now, as you know, with the time of the year that we're in. Spring game coming up and things of that nature. But there is some news. I did want to pull up something when it came to Georgia. First of all, Paul Feinbaum. If you knew, refresh that, see if I got any more news on that. No, I don't see nothing. Okay. Let's see if we get this pulled up right here. Paul Feinbaum, you know who Paul Feinbaum is, especially if you're a fan of a team in the SEC, you know who Paul Feinbaum is, right? College football personality. Dudes, I like Feinbaum. I like he's very real and to the point. And I like he's not afraid to ask some questions of some people. I remember one time he asked Nick Saban a question all live on air. Something about Nick not suspending a player for something he did, and he sort of went at it. It was a moment. I hope if anybody did get to see that, it was one of those moments you'd be like, "Ooh, Feinbaum and Coach Saban about to go to blows right there on national TV." But anyway, he has some. He thinks, and he was talking about the way that Georgia and with Bobo as the offensive coordinator, and that that Kirby Smart's sort of loyalty to him is going to be it's going to hurt the team. And look, man, I'm not going to, sit here and claim that hold on, let's see what we got here. Hey, appreciate you, Larry, man. Appreciate you, bro. When it comes to Bobo, look, I have to agree, man. I'm one of the Georgia fans that are on that air on the side of Bobo's. It's time. I think it's time to cut ties, bro. I think it is because that's Paul Feinbaum says it. He thinks that Georgia's biggest problem next year is not personnel wise, not coaching wise, or play anything like that. It's the offensive coordinator. And I agree with that, man. Like, our offense was not, when you look out there amongst college football and you see these cutting edge offenses, Ohio State, right? Texas, even though I know we beat Texas, Notre Dame, right? Those teams that are out here sort of with offensive coordinators who've had time in the NFL, who came back to college, who have been on several different teams, like that kind of stuff, it shows. And Georgia just offensively, I think that would account for a couple of L's that we caught this season, because the offense, to me and to a lot of Georgia fans, just is not. It's not up to speed, bro. It's not where you need to be at. Like, in the game of football these days, your offense, your play calling and things of that nature, and the way that you design stuff have to evolve very rapidly, because the coaches are just smarter. They're smarter, and they're implementing new stuff. They're taking chances on more stuff, and it's working. And I'm just telling you, to be plain and simple, like, Georgia needs, I think Bobo needs to go, right? And I hate to say that because, but in Feinbaum's words, saying that Kirby is too loyal, I feel that is true. I know there's probably some fans out there who don't agree, but for the most part, Georgia fans that I've talked to all agree that Bobo is we need to go in a different direction with an offensive coordinator. We need to get with the times. And I'm not trying to say that Bobo can't change, but like, he's shown to know, he's not showing us anything when it comes to that, man. So I don't know. I agree. I think we need a new offensive coordinator at the University of Georgia on the football team. And we'll see what happens. Obviously, if that was gonna happen, the change would have already been made, because you want to go ahead and get the moving on stuff like that. So it looks as though we're in for at least another season with Mike Bobo calling that. So let's see. Anyway, some more college football talking about Georgia. It says what we're hearing ahead of this week's meeting. So there's a meeting to talk about the future of the college football playoff, the commission, and an 11-member group called the CFP Management Committee will discuss whether to change how teams are seeded in the 12-team field this fall, a tweak that would alter which teams earn first-round buys, and an automatic $4 million for reaching the quarterfinal round. While the bulk of the meeting is expected to focus on 2025, debate around automatic qualification for the playoff in 2026 and beyond is at some point inevitable. The playoff appears to be rolling toward a 14-team field in a model that includes 4 guaranteed spots, each for the SEC and Big Ten, 2 each for the ACC and Big 12, 1 for the Group of 5, and another at large, which could account for Notre Dame. Officials for the Big Ten and SEC met last week in New Orleans and have the bulk of control over the playoff format starting in 2026. It would be the beginning of the end of a legitimate national championship, one CFP source said. Conceding changes fall. Okay, so that's just a little bit of news when it comes to the CFP. Like I was saying, when it comes to Georgia, there's not that much out there as teams get prepared for the CFP. Same with Georgia Tech. Not much news out there notable to sort of bring up on the show, but those comments on Feinbaum, I meant to bring those up last week because he had sort of made some remarks. And it is a hot topic when it comes to Georgia fans. It just is. But I think for the most part, Georgia fans agree that Bobo has not taken this offense to where it needs to be and can be, right? I think with the weapons we have, I mean, we're recruiting like crazy. Nice players, 4 and 5 star guys. Like the offense should be producing more than it has. And we all know when it was running on all cylinders, bro. When the offense was moving on cylinders, when we had damn it, I just lost his name. Apologies. He's the offensive coordinator in Baltimore right now for the Ravens. So you see the Ravens offense, right? Yeah, that's we need him back. We need him back. So let's move on real quick. Step up some Hawks news. talk about the Hawks. Like I said, up and down stuff, man, when it comes to the Hawks. More down than up this season. Obviously, the Hawks broke a 3-game losing streak with a 98-86 win over the Heat the other night. 27-31 record, second in the Southeast, entering the All-Star break. Still second in the Southeast right now. 1 game behind Orlando, right? So last 2 games, like I just said, 148-143 lost to Detroit. I told you that shit was going to come back to haunt us when Trey hit that buzzer beater from past half court against Detroit last time they played. Knew we played them again soon, and then of course you could see they got some get back, man. And then obviously the win against Miami, 98-86, which is the Hawks allowed their fewest points in that game, 86 points in nearly 4 years, which is kind of not that good. Like y'all hadn't held a team to 86 or less points in 4 years. It's rough. It scores 38 points. Pisses one way. Yeah. So real quick, look at some of these power rankings when it comes to the Hawks. And it comes to the NBA stuff right there. The most important stretch for all 30 teams with just over 6 weeks left in the season, bro. 6 weeks, man. Coming out of the All-Star break, teams and players should be well rested for the remainder of the schedule. Let's take a look right here. Number 1, Cleveland. Number 2, Oklahoma City. Boston Celtics. Let's see. Let's get to the Atlanta Hawks and what they thinking up here, man. Hawks way down the list, bro. I'm gonna tell you. Down Hawks falling in at number 20. Previous rank, number 20. For an Atlanta team that has been teetering in the play-in for most of the season, upcoming game against Orlando on April 8th and 10th will matter the most. These matchups could help determine which club gets home court advantage for the East number 7 versus number 8 play-in game, right? The winner of that game will likely get a first-round matchup with the reigning champion Boston Celtics. So that's what the Hawks need, man. They need to do. They need to these next 2 games against Orlando. Let's go back to that schedule real quick. They need those 2 games, man. That's very important since it's considering that we're 1 game back of Orlando in the Southeastern Division. I don't think that's an understatement when I say those are 2 must-win games as we look coming up for the Hawks. They play the Heat again tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So that's a game that starts. Let's see what the score looking like, man. Let's see right quick. Score is 6-2 Atlanta or Miami, 6-2 Miami. Right now, they're leading the game. Let's see. All right, so that's the live in-game coverage. Now, let me get back to some news because that's a game just started tipping off right there. I'll be talking about the results of that one next week for sure. Let's talk about points per game. Trae Young leading. Assists per game. Trae Young leading the NBA. It's actually at 11.5. Field goal percentage. Ngakoue 57.3. The team stats 116.7 points per game. 45.1 rebounds per game and 29.3 assists per game, right? Let's see what I had something else here I want to talk about. No, I can't find it. It's apologies. Let's see what I was going for right here. Yeah, so Hawks, man. Man, it's the schedule is riddled with 3-game winning streaks, 4-game losing streaks, and I think the big one when they lost like 7, 8 in a row right there before the All-Star break was crucial for the for the Hawks, man. Crucial, man. As soon as they start playing very well and playing good, then all of a sudden they get on one of these stretches, man. It's rough. Look, it's rough. You got Boston, you got the Knicks out there, you got the Cavaliers out there in the Eastern Conference. So like it's gonna be rough. And then that's not even to talk about the teams out west, man. The Lakers, OKC, right? Damn, I can't think. The Denver Nuggets, like all of those teams. Excuse me, my dogs are barking. Apologize for that. As look at coming up right now again that they're playing Miami right now. It's live. It was 6-2 last time I checked. Oklahoma City on Friday at 7:30. We're playing them, which is I just mentioned one of those nice teams from the West. See where we stand on that. That's going to be in Atlanta. That might be a hot ticket right there at the game. Then the Memphis Grizzlies on Monday on March 3rd. Maybe play them, and again. Down the stretch, when you're looking at these 2 games against the Orlando Magic, that we finished the season playing Orlando, and Tuesday, April 8th against Orlando as well. Those are very, very important games when it comes to us trying to secure a spot in the Eastern Conference playoffs. It's going to be difficult, man. It's going to be difficult. I mean, we got games against Golden State coming up here. I don't see Philadelphia as that much as a challenge. Their team is kind of rough right now. But we do play New York again. Obviously, we got to play the Mavericks. Let's see, Milwaukee, of course. 2 games back-to-back against the Indiana Pacers. And yeah, man, we play the Grizzlies too. Like I said, coming up on Monday. So schedule ain't getting no easier, man. It's not getting easier. So the Hawks have pretty much an uphill climb to try to keep themselves in this thing, to keep themselves rolling. And let's hope they could do it. I believe in you, Hawks. I believe in you, Atlanta. Let's go. Oh, yeah, let's talk about the injuries real quick. Still dealing with for the team. Let's see. That's where they at? Okay, I don't see it. Maybe ain't nobody on the injury report right now. Anyway, let's move on real quick. Speaking of basketball, let's go back to Georgia. Georgia, like I was saying before, pulls off the upsets of let's see. Oh, here we go. Pulls off the upset of Florida yesterday, right? Going up against the number 3 ranked Florida Gators, you know what I'm saying? 88-83. As you can see the game, they had Florida by 26 points. Florida comes roaring back to catch a 2-point lead. And then the Dogs sort of shut it down with the 3-pointer right there at the end, with sort of like less than a minute left, 40-something seconds left in the game to take a 1-point lead. And then they were able to catch a rebound off a missed shot for Florida and hold the ball to take that 5-point dub, right? And it's good to see, man. That's good for Georgia, considering, they are the definition of a bubble team right now when it comes to the NCAA tournament, which starts it's very close. So we need dubs like this, man. It's the Georgia guard. Blue Kane sank the go-ahead 3-pointer with 47 seconds remaining to defeat the Georgia guard. Blue Kane sank a go-ahead 3-pointer with 47 seconds remaining after number 3 Florida took its first lead by scoring 13 unanswered points, and the Bulldogs beat the Gators 88-83 on Tuesday night. Florida was trailed by 26. That's what I was saying, man. In the first half, rallied from a 78-67 deficit with their 13-0 run. And look, you could see it, right? The crowd in Georgia, obviously, we've played against top teams. There has been no lack of top teams in the country coming to Georgia and us going there to play, right? We're in the SEC. Auburn is at the top. Alabama's consistently at the top. A lot of SEC teams in the top. So we've had that kind of stuff coming into Georgia. However, how it's ended for us as of late, we get clapped up, man. We get our asses kicked by the top team. So the crowd was like in this thing. We're up so big on Florida, and it's Florida too, right? A rival. And then you see Florida come roaring back, and obviously you see it in the crowd. They're like, oh man, here we go. Right? You know what I mean? And Georgia was able to pull it out, man, which is good for the team. Good for the team. I'd like to see them make the tournament, although at this point in time, I mean, we have a talented squad, but I do not know how good the team is and how far we could make it in the tournament. But again, the tournament is what it is, man. Teams make runs. So that can happen. All we need to do is get our feet on the dance floor. And then maybe we'll see what kind of dancer we do after that. I mean, who knows? But Georgia 17-10, 5-10 in the SEC. 11-4 in the conference, 13th ranked team in the conference. So yeah, stunned Florida 88-83. Next game is against Texas, who is also unranked just like us. So maybe we might catch ourselves another SEC dub. Will Richard for Florida scored a career high 30 points, but fell short. He's the one that took the shot that they missed, where Georgia was able to get the rebound and hold on to the ball, get fouled, get to the foul line, put a couple more points to pad that lead. Georgia fans obliged repeated requests from the public address announcer to give Florida's team and officials 90 seconds to leave before charging the court. Fans then flooded the court. Yes, they did. It's always a good thing to see as long as everybody comes up safe and nobody gets hurt. It seemed like somebody always do. I hadn't heard anything yet, but, it is what it is, man. So shouts out Georgia, man. Men's basketball team. Pretty much pulling this. I mean, they had another top 10 win earlier this season, but this one's a bit more sweeter, right? It's Florida, so it is what it is. So good on them, man. Good on them. I'm kind of happy to see that, man. I kind of when I so I didn't get to watch the game, but I've seen some highlights of it and sort of watched a big game recap. And my main thing is I always like to watch the crowd in certain situations like that. And they did it, man. They gave Georgia exactly the oomph they needed to push over. And obviously that 3-pointer, man. The 3-pointer was just nice, bro. The 3-pointer was just nice to get the 1-point lead and then take them down with it, man. So anyway. All things that are sports. Hope you've enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed doing this thing. I'll see you guys next week. more Brave stuff, more preseason or not preseason, spring training games going on to talk about next week. As I mentioned with the Hawks, we're coming down to that last part of the season where they need to start making some moves, man. Georgia men's basketball, hopefully we can make it into the tournament. Talk about that more next week as we get through these next few games. Texas on Saturday. And that's about it, you guys. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. My name is ACS, and this is Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things out of sports. See y'all next week.